Welcome back to the second segment of Community Matters. It's a special show today, on a special night, much earlier time. We've been live since 5 o'clock, and this is a live show, and I've got live guests with me who have made their journey to here in London, all the way from Liverpool. We are talking about the upcoming programme, Beauty of Your Mosque, and hopefully, if all goes well, the very first of these series of documentaries that we're going to be posting will be about the very first mosque of the UK, which is the Abdullah Quilliam Mosque of Liverpool, which these brothers around me have been working tirelessly and endlessly to restore and bring back, and really bring back to the knowledge of the public of the UK, the Muslims of the UK, who thought that Islam came from the Indian subcontinent. Well, guess what? You're wrong. Islam came via a convert here in this country by an Englishman by the name of William Henry Quilliam. I've got plenty more to talk about. I've got so many questions to ask my guests around me, but I was out in Liverpool last week just to actually go and have a sight of this mosque and get a bit of recording done and see what it's all about. We thought we'd share a few clips with you. So coming up right now, we've got a nice little clip about the Abdullah Quilliam and a bit of an insight to our upcoming programme. So have a look at this.
মেহরবানিতে খ্রিস্টান থেকে ব্রিটেনের প্রথম মুসলিম হওয়ার সুনাম অর্জন করেন। পেশায় সলিসিটর কুইলিয়াম কিছুদিন পর আব্দুল্লাহ কুইলিয়াম নামে ও ইসলাম ধর্মের একজন খেদমতধারী হিসাবে কাজ শুরু করেন। ধারণা করা হচ্ছে তার সময়ের প্রায় ৬০০ জন বা তারও বেশি স্বনামধন্য শিক্ষিত ও অন্য ধর্মাবলম্বীরা ইসলামের দীক্ষিত হয়, যার হাত ধরে শত শত মানুষ মুসলমান হওয়ার স্বাদ গ্রহণ করেছিল। সেই ব্যক্তির নামে লিভারপুলে সুভাষিত হচ্ছে আল্লাহর গড় মসজিদ আব্দুল্লাহ কুইলিয়াম। সালে ২৫শে ডিসেম্বর লিভারপুলের কেনজিংটন এলাকায় স্থাপিত হয় আব্দুল্লাহ কুইলিয়াম মসজিদ। ১৯০৮ সালে লিভারপুল তথা ব্রিটেন ত্যাগ করেন আব্দুল্লাহ। ধারণা করা হচ্ছে এরপর থেকে লিভারপুল কাউন্সিলের তত্ত্বাবধানে জন্ম, মৃত্যু ও বিবাহ রেজিস্ট্রি অফিস হিসেবে ব্যবহৃত হয়েছে ঐতিহ্যবাহী এ মসজিদ।
العزة قد نضحى حور العين تناديني فدعيني أماه دعيني لتبكي دموعك يا أمي عن دربي لا لن تثنيني حور العين.
Assalamu alaikum. In 1889, on Christmas Day, one Englishman opened this mosque here to be the first mosque in United Kingdom. There were no other Muslims. The next Muslim he converted to Islam, a local convert again. He had no witness to him, so Abdullah Quilliam jokingly said, well, the God is going to be the witness when you take the Shahada, myself and God, because there were no other Muslims at that time. From that period onwards, this mosque was open to everybody. There were not many Muslims around, so it was for everybody in the community. In 1903, he started publication of a journal from here, The Crescent. Over 800 copies of that, it was a weekly journal, was published from here. It was circulated to something like 20 countries in the world. At that time, it was quite a significant thing. He was also invited by the Ottoman Emperor to Turkey, and he was given the title Sheikh al-Islam al-Bartania, the only titled Muslim we have in UK up till now. From there he went on to Japan, and he converted the first Muslim in Japan.
A tribute to his lifetime work, and he actually had over 200 to 300 children who he would house them here, he would educate them here, not necessarily make them Muslim, but they were very poor children where he would feed them, educate them, and also give them a good etiquette about life. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, ghayril maghdubi
1998 সালে লিভারপুল মুসলিম কমিউনিটির কাছে সন্ধান মিলে এ মসজিদের। এরপর 2014 সালের 27 জুন ব্রিটেনের প্রথম এ মসজিদ লিভারপুল তথা সারা ব্রিটেনের মুসলমানদের নামাজের জন্য খুলে দেয়া হয়।
This building is being redeveloped very much in a similar fashion to what Sheikh Abdullah Quilliam had in his day, and this functioned as an education centre, it functioned as a mosque, and also a community centre. But in the upper floors he had accommodation also, and if you look around then you'll see we've developed over 2 floors worth of accommodation, mainly to cater for the Muslim students who arrive in the city. And this is for twofold: one, obviously, to help the Muslim students connect and stay connected with their faith, but also to help with the revenue in running of the masjid.
আলহামদুলিল্লাহ, বিগত কয়েক বছর দানশীল মুসলমানদের সহযোগিতায় মসজিদের কাজ এগিয়ে যাচ্ছে। ঐতিহ্যবাহী এ মসজিদ থেকেই ব্রিটেনের ইসলামের দাওয়াতি কাজ শুরু হয়েছে 100 বছর আগে, আর তাই এর সম্প্রসারণে সকল মুসলমানদের এগিয়ে আসা এর নৈতিক দায়িত্ব ও কর্তব্য।
Which was listed in the building, and we will have to put this back on again or recreate exactly the same thing into the building. This room here would be a very iconic room. This room, and behind these cornices are the original stove where Abdullah Quilliam used to cook for those 200 to 300 children. And we are going to replicate this kitchen as an Victorian kitchen, how they used to cook in the olden days. And children across the country, schools, will be able to visit this place and see how a Victorian kitchen looks like, and more importantly, how Sheikh Abdullah Quilliam used to service the community here.
That's your insight into the Abdullah Quilliam Mosque there in Liverpool, and these gentlemen around me, as you can see, they did their part in giving me a nice tour of the masjid and giving me the history behind it, and looking at that. We've got more to talk about the history, and I think I'm going to quiz these guys a bit more and see if they can handle the questions I have for them. But I need to go over to my far left because I have brother Fakhrul Alam, alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum, Fakhrul. Obviously, Fakhrul is our NTV correspondent out in Liverpool, a member of the public, a friend to the Abdullah Quilliam. I mean, Fakhrul, what's really, what do you find as a public, as a friend to the society? What's holding you there?
Thank you, brother Hasnat bhai. আমরা মূলত দেখি আব্দুল্লাহ কুলিয়াম মসজিদটাকে দেখার জন্য দেশ বিদেশের প্রচুর মানুষ, পর্যটক যারা, লিভারপুল আপনারা জানেন একটা ঐতিহাসিক শহর, এই শহরে আব্দুল্লাহ কুলিয়াম মসজিদের মতন এই মসজিদটাকে দেখার জন্য যে প্রচুর মানুষ আসছে প্রতিদিন এই হিস্ট্রিটা দেখার জন্য। তো আমি এটা প্লিজড, আমি মাঝে মাঝে যখন এই মসজিদের যে দেখি এখানে শুধু মুসল্লি না, মুসল্লি ছাড়াও যারা এখানে আছে বিভিন্ন কমিউনিটির মানুষজন এখানে দেখতে আসে, এটার হিস্টোরিক্যাল ইতিহাসটা মানুষ যে এইভাবে নিচ্ছে মসজিদ দেখার জন্য, হ্যাঁ, ছেলে মেয়ে ছাত্র স্টুডেন্ট ইউরোপ সহ এশিয়ার বিভিন্ন দেশ থেকে আসছে, এটা গুড একটা ভালো একটা দিক। আমরা আশা করব যে জিনিসটা এটা একটা হিস্টোরিক্যাল অবস্থানে এই মসজিদটা যদি আরও সামনের দিকে যায়, এটা যারা আমাদের ভিউয়ার আজকে এটা আমাদের এখানে দেখতেছেন কিংবা এই মসজিদের নাম শুনছেন, আমি প্রত্যেককে আহ্বান জানাবো যে এই মসজিদটার সরাসরি আপনারা যেয়ে দেখেন এটার অবস্থান এবং এটার 100 বছরের পুরনো যে একটা ইতিহাস রয়েছে, এবং যিনি এই মসজিদটা দিয়ে গেছেন, দান করেছেন, এবং তিনি স্বেচ্ছায় ধর্মান্তরিত হয়েছেন, এবং আমি জেনেছি কমিটির বিজ্ঞজনের কাছ থেকে যে এখানে প্রায় অর্ধ সহস্রাধিক লোক ওনার দ্বারা মুসলমান হয়েছে। এটি একটি মহৎ উদ্যোগ, এবং আমি গত শুক্রবার নামাজ পড়তে দেখেছি আরেকজন ইউরোপিয়ান মানুষ এখানে মুসল্লি নব মুসলমান হয়েছে। আমার খুব ভালো লাগছে যে আমরা প্রায় দেখি যে এখানের এই মসজিদে এসে অনেকেই নতুনভাবে মুসলমান হচ্ছে।
মসজিদের একটা টান আছে, তো এই টান কোথায় থাকে?
এটা আসলে দেখেন হৃদয়ের সাথে যে আমাদের আধ্যাত্মিকতা, আল্লাহর ঘর, এই ঘরের প্রতি মানুষের যে একটা আধ্যাত্মিকতার একটা মনোমুগ্ধকর একটা অবস্থান, এইটা থেকে এই জিনিসটা চলে আসে।
আলহামদুলিল্লাহ। Hamid bhai, I probably need to ask you because it's interesting. I mean, Fakhrul bhai just sharing how this masjid seems to be a magnet to the world, and you know it's sort of presents itself, self-mediates itself. That's almost like if we're thinking about Sheikh Abdullah Quilliam himself, or William Henry Quilliam, I mean, he had a big role in media, did he not?
Absolutely, and we shouldn't forget that Abdullah Quilliam wasn't just a Muslim, but he had a very big role within the mainstream society. He used to debate within the London Debating Society. He used to go around the country, in fact, defending the faith, and as we're trying to do now, but in fact he was doing it perhaps 10 times more than what we're doing at the moment. But he set up his newspaper to be able to confront the media and to be able to deliver the message of Islam to the rest of the world. And it's very poignant that we try and remember, or we try and identify with what he was trying to do with the media outlets that we have now. You know, we've got so many Muslim channels, and it's very heartening to see that we are actually excelling within this field. But Abdullah Quilliam actually paved the way. The very first ever Muslim newspaper, called The Crescent, circulated throughout the whole world into 32 different languages, including Japanese, Chinese. It was sent all the way to America. And an interesting story whereby a gentleman who subscribed from Pakistan, he didn't receive the newspaper, and he sent a postcard back to Abdullah Quilliam, to Brome Terrace, saying, "Dear Sheikh, I haven't got my monthly newspaper. Could you please send me another one?" And that postcard we still have as a memorabilia.
Wow.
It's fantastic to see that the world, in fact, was in awe of this man. He went all over the world to deliver the message of Islam. He became a scholar of Islam, hence the name Sheikh Abdullah Quilliam, because the Ottoman Empire, the Sultan of Turkey, his name was Abdul Hamid I, so I take his namesake. And,
you know, I think I need to come over to our chair, because the history, for those of you, this is available. This book here, The Life and Times of Abdullah Quilliam by Ron Greaves, this really gives the full history of Abdullah Quilliam, and obviously an awful lot about this mosque. And I guess, Chairman, I need to ask you, because just to give everyone an insight into the history, I mean, what we haven't discussed is Abdullah Quilliam going missing. And so this is what brought the end to the mosque for that time.
Abdullah Quilliam left in 1908. Prior to his leaving, I think he faced, as we are facing today, some Islamophobia. There were people who were opposed to a new faith all of a sudden coming to this country and trying to take a main stage role. The Crescent newspapers that Abdul Hamid was talking about was published weekly, and there are over 800 copies of that, which give very good account of his life and times, and much of the information on this book is based on that. There was another journal, the Islamic Review, that was published monthly by him. These are all stored up in the British libraries at the moment. We will be getting them, and they give a lot of historical insight into events there. One of the positions that Abdullah Quilliam took was he did not support the role of the British government in their foreign policy towards Sudan. He opposed that. Then there was Islamophobia also coming into the scene. He was a very successful alien solicitor who was doing extremely well, and that created some opposition. He used to provide a lot of social service, which in today's Britain we have them, like legal aid, free legal aid to destitute mothers and children. There were quite a lot of them during those times, and he would provide those services to people. So he was a true Muslim in a way, because he never drank from his childhood. And there are a lot of things that we find in him that are admirable, and these sort of created a reaction, and so he had to suddenly leave this country and go off to Turkey.
We're going to go for a quick break. The break is just due now, but I'm sure a lot of this is going to be covered in the book, and we could probably talk more about this. We still need to know about Abdul Quilliam Mosque today, so we're going to go for a break. When we come back, the future, the construction, the history, we've got all of that to discuss, so don't go away. We'll see you very shortly.